like to add to your point really quick. Do you remember the show we did when we talked about Chavez wanting to do an exhibition with them for charity?
Yes.
And he said,
Yes.
we're not going to do that. It's going to ruin our legacies. Like, bro, you're going to go to Dubai. You're going to have an exhibition with a fucking YouTuber.
On a helipad.
It's insane.
What do
A
you mean,
19-year-old billionaire.
They're fighting you didn't see that? They're fighting on a helipad on top of a building in Dubai, like up in the air on a helipad where a helicopter lands. That's where they're fighting. It's a helipad connected to the side of a skyscraper.
Why?
Up in the air. That's where he's fighting him.
Like, why not just fight in the building?
It's like this is the building and like this is the helipad. That's my visual.
Yes,
like this is the building. This is the helipad, and they're fighting like right there.
But why the helipad?
I don't know. I know somebody's one of these Arabic guys is paying him a lot of money to fight on a helipad. That's just the idea. I don't know why.
This is random.
So let me touch on that for just a minute because okay,
helipad.
Because when I get upset with Mayweather, right, I don't take away from him that he was a good fighter. Was whatever. It's the shit that he does, right? Like it's like you're supposed to be giving back to the sport, and you really aren't. You're representing fighters, but yet you really aren't because you always make it about yourself. For the stuff he says and the things he claims, Mayweather's kind of doing the same shit when he's going to go fight a kid on a helipad in Dubai. Like that to me is, come on. Do you as a boxer want to be represented by someone that does that? Come on. At what point does it become perhaps a little more than just the money? Anyway, I'm done. Those are the things that upset me. It's just ridiculous, Like you can't funny? you can't make fun of 50 Cent parachuting into the ring and not make fun of Mayweather doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's hilarious? Like what? Just before we continue, is that I forgot who's the. I think it was Chris Rock. I forget which comedian it was. Like that made the joke. George Lopez. I forget who it was about. We all think these athletes are rich, right? But the dudes that are rich are the ones that I signed their checks. But wasn't that Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Right? He signed a check for Shaq, and then go buy yourself a nice bouncy car, Shaq. You know what I mean? Like Floyd, thinks he's rich, right? Now compared to me, he's rich. Like, you know what I mean? Like for sure. But dude, you got money when you could pay a dude millions of dollars to fight in a helipad. You know what I mean? You got money. That's money right there. I'm just saying. How many millionaires are going to spend millions to have Floyd Mayweather fight in a helipad?
It sounds funny every time. Every time we say it, it sounds
funny. Crazy. What's next? Why not fight an airplane or something? Or
it's coming. It's coming.
I know. He's going to pay the billions and go fight in Mars. I don't know. It's crazy. And again, giving the opportunity to some kid just because his father's a billionaire, right? Some 19-year-old kid we know nothing about. What's this kid going to do against Mayweather?
One last thing.
Just to be able to say he fought him?
You just sarcastically said fight on Mars. I guarantee you, as easy as it is to get to space now,
bro.
Shatner just went to space a couple months ago. He's 105 years old. William Shatner. Some boxers, and it might be Mayweather, will fight in space before 2025. That's my prediction. They will have a fight in space on
Why?
A space shuttle. I'm just telling you, it's going to happen. One of these YouTubers is going to fight another YouTuber. Jake Paul might fight another YouTuber.
For what reason?
Or another MMA guy in space. Just to say that they were the first to fight in space.
Yeah.
What
does
that do?
So everybody mark this. Today's date, January 4th. This show, 1 hour, 1 minute, 18 seconds. Just mark because they can.
Save this because it's gonna happen, and we'll be able to go back.
and I want the chat to join us here, right? Let's think of the most random spots. Like, what would top on Earth boxing on a helipad? What random shit? Like, what billionaire is going to be like, oh, yeah? Well, I'll have them fight like on a magic carpet or some shit. Like put some motors on the bottom or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What's some random ass shit? Can you guys come up with some random ass place to have a fight?
Gosh, just because now Mars is in my brain
What about
now.
like?
I mean,
What about like right in the middle of Times Square? Like just like rent it out, put a ring, and just start having an exhibition there, like just randomly.
Or on a ship. Someone will do it like on a ship or something. Like,
well, they tried to do that. They tried to.
Well, that's
they
kind of
tried
happened.
to have Fury versus Klitschko on a ship. In the Middle East, they tried to do that.
Man.
Well, we've seen the pictures of like naval ships. You have the military that goes on, and they have like these fights on there. So I mean, it can happen. You can get a ring in there and like have it happen. But like for it to be a professional fighter, like doing that,
a hot air balloon,
bro, who knows what they could come up with at this point, right? Like what? Oh, they're gonna fight in the Grand Canyon. Why? They just are. Like, I mean, it's gonna be the deepest fight ever. Like what? For what? Oh, we were the first to do it in the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? Like what? For what reason? This is weird.
Just want to be the first to do stuff. And look, we're joking about a hot air balloon, dude. I'm telling you, it might happen. They might fight on an airplane. Yep. They might fight by TSA screening. Terminal B12. It can be anywhere. I'm telling you,
ice skating ring.
These YouTube dudes are creative. I'm telling you, and Mayweather has joined in the fray, and he will do whatever to rob the bank.
Area 51.
Yes.
Like the Game of Thrones, like the Game of Thrones movie set. Like a movie set.
What if they just bust out with an alien and he boxes Floyd in Area 51? I mean, that would break records, right?
It's bananas.
I'd pay for that.
Imagine the hand speed of the alien. You know what I mean? He's got laser hand speed. Bigger brain, bigger ring IQ. Can Floyd compete with that? I don't think so.
People always act like aliens are more intelligent and more athletic than us, but what if they're not? Well, I guess if they got here, they are. But
yeah,
maybe their ring IQ is not that high.
Yeah.
About boxing.
They might be like very, very like super non-violent. It's just like a beat down. Like, you know what I mean? So who knows?
Like their brain, it's like they liver shot you just like thinking about it. It's like they don't even move. They just do like this and then boom, you're down. Like they don't even touch you and like
watch. They're gonna have a boxing fight in one of the Egyptian pyramids one of these days. You know what I mean?
How has that not happened?
Like I'm just like why? Wow, this billionaire paid us a lot of money to do it. Like we wanted to see Mayweather beat up some dude. Okay, and it's gonna be random too, like Mayweather versus like a Korean jiu-jitsu artist or something, like in a boxing fight inside an Egyptian pyramid. Like, why? Well, like it's the craziest thing ever.
So Marion Brown said boxing in the Oval Office in the chat. If it was going to happen, it was going to happen under Trump because Trump actually has in his past been responsible for setting up boxing matches.
I like this one.
They lost their opportunity there. Alcatraz. Yeah.
Remember when they were saying Canelo was in a fight in Alcatraz, like during the COVID? I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, okay, in Alcatraz, huh? Like, okay, I could go with that. Yeah, like imagine Canelo like duking it out. Like it has to be another minority too because it's in prison. You know what I mean? So to duke it out in there. You know what I mean? Like Canelo's already getting his like tats and shit anyway. Remember he had like no tats and now he looks like he just got out of prison. That's why he's talking like that. I don't know.
I think they probably had boxing at Alcatraz, right? Wasn't the Wesley Snipes movie?
All right. So it's already happened, all right? Okay.
Possibly, I don't know.
Stonehenge, it's there. It's like, well, they're gonna fight at Stonehenge. This British billionaire just wants to see it there. Like, okay.
Antarctica. They should fight in Antarctica. On an ice
Why?
station.
We need to make a list. Can we?
You know, it'd be funny, like
make
if
a
they
list?
like. Yeah, well, we're already making the list, but you know how like in FIFA, like there was a lot of corruption, but they gave the World Cup to Qatar, right? And like they're like, well, how are they going to play in the heat? Oh, well, they're going to build these big fans that's going to like keep it cool. And it's like, there's a better solution. Don't have it in Qatar. Like it seems like a much better, sensible solution. But like boxing would take a fucking fight to Antarctica, right? And everybody's, well, aren't they going to freeze their asses off? Oh no, we're going to build these big heaters, right, to keep them like nice, and, so they don't freeze to death. You know what I mean? We got to figure it out. Like, but you know what you can do? Just don't have the fight in Antarctica. No. We got to make history. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to be the first fighter fighting on all 7 continents. I'm a world champion. You got to fight all over the world, including Antarctica. You know what I mean? What do you think, Nancy?
I think that they should do it in the El Paso ice skating rink that they set up over the holidays. How about that?
Hey, just wait for it. Wait for it. They're going to be in ice skates, boxing. It's coming at some point. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, this is like super entertaining, by the way. I feel like we can do a whole show just on all the different places that you could possibly have a boxing match on, and for days. Like, seriously, like where I'm also interested, maybe some research. What is one of the craziest places that they've had a boxing match? That I'd love to know. I know Lee's on the chat. He's our historian.
Place? Roman Coliseum would be dope.
And what? But there's nowhere to fight though. It's full of holes and that's from what I've seen in the
but
pictures.
They have events there. They could. I mean, they could totally make it happen.
So
how has that not happened? There? Yeah, like they'll have events, like
like Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris doesn't count. It's a movie. Like there's no events there. Well, what events? By the way, like that's a movie, ladies and gentlemen. Like Chuck Norris will whoop Bruce Lee's ass. I'm just letting you guys know right now.
Oh, here we go.
Right. But that's it. Let's go ahead and proceed here.